Hello everyone, and welcome to the fifth part of my video. I'm here at the STALKER, ready to collect my reward for finding the steering wheel anomaly. And I'm up to about 13,000 rubles. So I'm getting closer. Sell off some of the junk I got from the bodies. And I'm up to 14,000, which is almost enough to buy that light overcoat, which is probably the weakest, lowest grade armor you can get at this point. I go up here to Al because Al tends to sell armor and guns and ammo at a cheaper price than Beard. Beard, you mainly want to stick to selling your degraded guns and your mutant parts, any food items, things like that. So you can see he sells the light overcoat at about 12,700 rubles. That's about 2,000 rubles cheaper than what Beard was selling it at. But at this point, I don't think I want that light overcoat. I think if I'm going to spend money on armor, I might as well just buy a STALKER suit. Now I have a pretty nice AKS-74. It's in decent condition, but I don't have any ammo for it. Clip is empty, and I wasn't able to loot any off any of those bodies. I tend to be a pack rat too. If I get any guns that are not worn or rusted or neglected, then I will sell those, but anything that's modern, customized, camo, even some of the guns that don't have to be modern or customized in order to do the full upgrade tree, I'll hang on to those. I kind of play as a completionist and a pack rat. Just keep them in my storage. I know I'll probably never get enough money to repair all of them up to full condition, but I just like to hang on to them in case I ever want to use them. Since I used the stim pack I looted, I don't really have any healing items on me. So I was just sort of determining whether I wanted to spend the rubles on them or not. I'm gonna need some more shotgun shells. Now, half a clip of rounds for my AKS is going to cost me, look like about 1,200 rubles. So at this point, it's probably not worth it. My spending goals so far are to try to acquire a shotgun that I could repair, fully repair. Maybe a good assault rifle I could fully repair. And then I want to buy at least a STALKER suit to start out with. A good helmet. And then after that I'm going to try and save up to obtain a scientific suit.
Здравствуй, Stalker.
The reason for that is one of the chopper sites you can't really investigate without one, because you start out in the middle of that burning farm, and if you don't have a scientific suit, you'll probably die within seconds. And it also helps for farming for anomalies, because that's probably one of the easier and quickest ways to make money. They don't regenerate very fast. The anomalies have a chance of regenerating Rather, the artifacts have a chance of regenerating at some of the anomaly sites after every blowout. So once you've looted all the anomaly sites clean of their artifacts, then it's gonna take a few days at least before some of them regenerate. Artifacts can get you 3,000 up to 10,000 up to 15,000 rubles a pop. I noticed earlier the weather changed when I saved and reloaded, and that can happen sometimes, so don't freak out when it does. Went from being clear to being foggy, and I'm not sure why it's foggy inside the ship, but that's just how it works.
Ну, здорово.
Есть город золотой с прозрачными воротами и яркою звездой, а в городе.
Now I'm gonna need those. I'm gonna need what I bought was a headlamp and a universal powering device. And the headlamp is because I'm gonna be using the shotgun, but I'm gonna need light too because I'm gonna be in a dark area. And the UPD is so that I could do this and take a look at my map and get a bearing on where I'm at and where I need to go and my location. And I wish there was some sort of compass in the game that you can use before you get a battery, but fortunately there isn't. Would have been pretty cool to have one of the buttons, like how number 5 brings up your binoculars if you have some. Have one of those keys bring up a compass so you can tell where your bearing's at, which direction you're facing. Something like that. Sounds like fleshes. I don't see them at this point, and they don't detect me, so... Heading over here to these pipes, because part of my reward for turning that artifact into Beard was getting a stash location. The stash location is actually up here on this pipe. As you can see, there's no ladders, so you kind of have to follow it until you can find a place where you could jump onto it. And that should be coming up here. And there it is, that support beam up on the right by the road is what I want to jump onto. And the hill is just steep enough that I can make the jump. Follow the pipe back a little ways. And on the right side of it you'll see some items hiding. It's not very much, but every little bit counts. Starving is something you don't want to have happen in this game, because the hungrier you are, the less stamina you have, the lower rate of health regeneration, and if you're hungry enough you can even start losing health pretty rapidly. So stockpiling food is pretty important. Food is a very scarce commodity in the zone. Clean food at least. So you want to stockpile and keep every little bit you find. Now here I saved the game and I tried about 10 different ways to proceed where I need to go, and each time I would run into a huge group of mutants. Whether it's half a dozen dogs in a pack or 2 or 3 bloodsuckers coming at me, I would just die within seconds. So I'm kind of taking the long way around to avoid all that. Because between where I was there and where I need to go, there was just mutants everywhere. So I do a little bit of a wide southwest sweep around to where I'm trying to go, which is, I think it's called the Oak Pine Anomaly, down south. Luckily this way the coast is clear, so I actually survived this trip. You can see I kind of proceed carefully because I know there's mutants somewhere along here. Just not sure where. Can hear faint gunfire way in the distance and some dogs barking. And I almost made it. Now when you get up here to this checkpoint, you're not actually going to see anybody there, but if you stick around for a second, you'll get a radio message to rendezvous at another point. Not only are there a ton of mutants in this area, there's also a ton of bandits and mercenaries, so you gotta really watch your step on the southern area of this map. And there's my radio message. In case you guys didn't see, this is the mission where I'm helping Grouse try and find why there's a bunch of stalkers dying from what looks to be bloodsuckers. They're found with all their blood drained. So Grouse believes he's found a bloodsucker hideout, sort of a bloodsucker nest, within this building over here, and that's where I'm going to go meet him. Now this quest, this mission, is really difficult at this point in the game. I don't have any protection. I have a shotgun, which is a few shells. A warden shotgun at that, that'll probably jam on me. So now's probably a good time to save. It auto saves anyways right here, but I'm going to go ahead and save manually too. And I will see you guys on the next video, and thank you for watching.